I'll tell you what, don't offer me no steroids because I'm snitching. Understand that.
What's up, YouTube? This is the Pro Fight Fan, and welcome to the channel where we talk all things fighting. Updates, breakdowns, reactions, and everything in between. In today's video, I'm going to talk about 4 possible reasons why Israel Adesanya may have Gynecomastia, also known as Gyno, due to the flare-up of tissue on his right pec under the nipple in his UFC 253 win over Paulo Costa. And we're starting right now. In last night's UFC 253 main event, Israel Adesanya would go on to prove that he's the best middleweight in the world and is now in the conversation as one of the best middleweights ever. He would go on to dismantle Paulo Costa in dominating fashion by second round TKO. Unfortunately for Adesanya, many fans have been talking more about what happened to his pec than of his dominant performance. During the fight, a couple of fighters would question what happened to Izzy's pec. Jon Jones would tweet, "What's up with Izzy's right tit?" Ben Askren would tweet, "What's up with Adesanya's right pec? Old injury?" Is this something that we've seen from Adesanya before and just missed it? Here's Izzy at the post-weigh-in stare down with Yoel Romero, and there's no sign of Gyno at all. And then here's Izzy after his victory over Whitaker, and no sign of Gyno here either. I went back through all his UFC fights and have never seen any signs of Gyno during his middleweight run. So what is gynecomastia? It's simply an enlargement of a man's breast, usually due to a hormone imbalance. Male breast tissue swells due to the reduced male hormones, testosterone, or increased female hormones, estrogen. Firstly, I want to establish that this is not in any way a pec tear. Some have made the statement that it could possibly be a pec tear, but a pec tear is normally accompanied with bruising and does not create soft tissue buildup under the nipple. So let's go ahead and get that out of the way. Reason 1 that Izzy may have had a flare-up of Gyno. He may have hit his genetic window when it comes to testosterone production. At the age of 31, Izzy's testosterone production may have just dwindled to the point where there's a hormonal imbalance which causes him to produce more estrogen than testosterone and may truly need to be on testosterone replacement therapy. He might actually really need TRT, and this could be a possibility due to the extreme amounts of training and dieting and grueling hours of punishment that he's put on his body over his fighting career. He does have over 140 fights when you include his amateur and professional kickboxing career and small stint in boxing. Maybe his body had enough after 12 plus years and is having a hard time causing this hormonal imbalance. Maybe. The second possible reason could be that he's using a medication that's causing this imbalance in his hormonal levels. One such medication is finasteride, also known as Propecia. Individuals with prostate problems have been prescribed this medication, but a more popular use for this medication is to help stop or slow down male pattern baldness. Izzy could possibly be trying to prolong male pattern baldness. He's spoken on occasion about keeping his hair healthy and how dyeing his hair often isn't good for the scalp. He could honestly have noticed that he's losing his hair, which I can't necessarily see, but he may feel like his hairline is receding and was given a prescription to try and retain his hair. Thirdly, starvation and refeeding. Now, this may not be a more popular view, but some have suggested when an individual goes into a severe diet or starvation, their testosterone can drop dramatically while estrogen levels remain at full strength. When an individual refeeds, their testosterone will naturally spike, causing an imbalance of the hormonal levels, and as a consequence, one may develop Gyno. If this is the case, that would make sense for Adesanya, who's 6'4", he has to drop all the way down to 185 pounds, so maybe, but Izzy isn't necessarily a heavy guy and has stated on many occasions how easy it is for him to make the weight. He weighed in 184 pounds this past Friday for his fight on Saturday, and he was wearing his gas mask, shorts, and socks at the weigh-in. But in my research, seeing this is a possibility due to the nature of weight cutting in MMA, I thought it made sense to have it here. Fourth and finally, gynecomastia can be caused by the use of anabolic steroids for improved athletic performance. Now, in the build-up to his fight with Paulo Costa, Adesanya wasn't shy about accusing Costa for using PEDs on several occasions. In Izzy's mind, he seemed to have had no doubt that Costa's on performance-enhancing drugs, and this possibly could have led him to decide to make this fight be on a more level playing field. Gyno in one pec is very common among bodybuilders who abuse steroids. Individuals who are on steroids typically take an anti-estrogen to offset the increase in this hormone when they're on a cycle or off a cycle, as their testosterone levels drop significantly while the estrogen levels stay optimal. In order to avoid detection of PED usage, as USADA does test for estrogen blockers, Adesanya may not have been able to take these anti-estrogen agents, and as a consequence develop the flare-up of gynecomastia on his right pec. When asked about the Jon Jones tweet on Adesanya's nipple, Adesanya would go on to avoid the question entirely.
And then one final one, a couple of your fellow fighters like Jon Jones and Marvin Vettori are commenting like something with your left pec. Was there an injury or anything at all? Or right pec, I should say?
Why are they looking at my titties?
Yeah, you'd have to ask them.
Yeah.
If this was the cause of some sort of medical condition or injury, I would think addressing it would be the direction to go in, because we know people are going to make the worst assumptions with Izzy just avoiding the question entirely. I did find it strange that in almost every large MMA outlet and in the post-fight recap by ESPN, there wasn't a mention of this strange and awkward buildup under Adesanya's right nipple. Weird. Anyway, I will say Adesanya has been randomly tested by USADA his entire time in the UFC and has never failed a test to date. I'm not saying Adesanya is on PEDs or isn't on PEDs. In this day and age, nothing would surprise me. But with so many just blatantly stating that he is on PEDs without taking a look at what may cause the condition, I thought it'd be fair to list some of those out for you all. In the end, you be the judge. And if he's on PEDs or isn't, I think time will tell. One thing we can't take away from him, he's the best middleweight in the UFC and is quickly becoming one of the all-time greats. At least for now he is. Make sure to comment down below your thoughts on this topic. If you liked the video, help out the channel by smashing the like button. Make sure to subscribe and hit the notification bell as videos are constantly being uploaded. I'm the Pro Fight Fan. I'm signing out, and I'll see you in the next one.